Hello, Recruit7 here, and welcome back to Roller Waves 2 as Austria-Hungary. We are getting into the tail end of this glorious playthrough. I'm going to call it glorious, why not? Yeah, in my last stream, the last couple of episodes, we eventually finally ended our war with Italy for Albania. Very, very costly war, unfortunately so. A number of CVs, CVLs, battleships, all sorts we lost throughout that war. We managed a short period of peace. We did a little bit of rebuilding. We got some new CLs out the door. We got some destroyers out the door. We got some CVs laid down, but they're not finished. And then we're into kind of, I think it's about 1946. Tensions were rising with Great Britain, and we decided, well, look, it's going to be now or never. Just pull the trigger. We're getting strong, but they're getting even stronger. So we did. We pulled the trigger, and this is our first engagement. So we played through the first, 204 minutes. Of our first encounter with Britain, and it's going okay actually. We're on a knife edge here between a great victory or a good victory and a pretty unhappy defeat. So if I look at the forces in play, the British have brought, so we've got a couple of battlecruisers round up here as well, and so also some destroyers. They also have at least one CV. I think we've seen two, if I remember. There's some other ships over here, which potentially had a battleship escort. I can't quite remember, but they had some escorted second CV over there. It is a British convoy attack, but that's somewhat secondary. Ourselves, we've got our two battlecruisers down here, which are old, but have definitely been doing a job for us. Whole numbers of destroyers, a handful of light cruisers, and then we've got our CV and a couple of CVLs. Not too shabby. Thus far in the battle, we have, I mean, this guy is this older British battle cruiser. Actually, as well, 20 years old. She's essentially sunk. We put a good number of torpedoes into her. I believe it's fully stopped. It still says she's going, but I think we're convinced we put enough damage into her to call her done. I have lost quite a number of my newer destroyers. It is unfortunate. These guys are all pretty much on the wheel. Also making me regret slightly my decision to go for 3 centerline turrets and 2 torpedo launchers. I think the ability to reload is not offsetting that lack of a third launcher. But anyway, so the destroyer losses are just half the course. Fine. Now, what's really going to put us on the edge of victory or defeat depends on 1, make sure he sinks. 2, going after this battlecruiser, who again I think we've put 2 torpedoes into, if my memory serves. Seeing if we can't sink her. She's a newer one, the 39, so only a few years old. Unfortunately, chasing down our CVLs, so we're trying to get them out there and scream with these destroyers. We can get her sunk, and we'll just take those 2 large ships and walk away. We'll call that a victory, and a good victory. Now, what's going to turn that against us? Well, of course, if this battlecruiser catches our CVLs and sinks them, that's going to be pretty disastrous. Another thing which I'm seriously worried about is our battlecruisers. They're not healthy. So nuclear here, significant structural damage, also significant flotation damage. Hasn't taken any torpedoes yet. And I say yet, a minute. Steer mark, a lot of damage, not so much flotation. But yeah, not good. And then the plan is just going to be get these guys back to the port, back over here to Cagliari, get them home. Unfortunately, and as tends to be my controlled battles after 3 hours of play, I've managed to wander them essentially into a midst of British destroyers, and they're at serious risk of eating torpedoes. And I think nuclear takes 1 torpedo, they're down. Steel mark might be able to take a couple, but not great. I need to decide how we're going to try and get these guys out of here. This Basilisk is heading south, so best bit might try and kind of head north, aim for the back of this guy, and then cut. We do have a couple of light cruisers hanging about up here who I'm going to hope come down and scare off these destroyers. But one light cruiser who's making a threatening move against this Ark Royal. Meanwhile, most of these guys are toast. We've got some destroyers who are doing okay. They're kind of screening at the minute. Keep these 2 forces separate, and then we've got a bunch of destroyers coming in to act as a deterrent for this Hannibal class. In terms of our air groups. Air formations, so these are just the ones which are kind of up and running. So we've got 1 torpedo bomber group who are attacking, although they are in the wrong place because all we have down here are destroyers, so move. And then we have a dive bomb attack preparing, which we're hopeful is going to go after the... Probably a good prompt to check. They were both off the CVL. If there's anyone on the Bohem... There we go. Is ready for the off. And that's... Oh, here we go. Every time I start a new stream, all the buttons are... Okay. Here we go, Bohem. No, not really. I think they're just coming back then. At Maya groups, it should tell me. They're just unright. Oh, damage. That's... Oh, these guys have just been savaged. All we've got left. Yeah. Fair enough. Well, let's just send what we've got. That's all we're going to have. I would like to ready these guys. It's only going to be 6. It's only going to be 6. We'll send them against the Hannibal. And then we've got a whole bunch of land-based air coming out of, well, all along this coast. I've had circles on for the sheer ridiculousness. There we go. So we've got like 3 bases along here, in fact 4 bases along here, 2 bases here, 2 bases here, lots and lots of land-based aircraft. We're going to have to do a bit of work for some of them. Coming out to join in the fun. That's what we're going to be a little bit reliant on here. So, without further ado, let's maybe unpausing all my things and we'll see and get our Battlecruisers out of here in one piece. Okay. We get all the updates, just game restarted. Find this. Very uncomfortable. You, I think, have rudder damage. Fine. You steam early across, and you guys should be going top speed out of here, away from Hannibal. Probably just go straight north and then. Is the line actually moving? He is. Are still alive, Balaton? Look, why don't you try and get out of here? You are on fire. Let's slow down. Pull you right down. We'll see if we can't save. Right, do I dare go in a straight line? Don't dare launch your torpedo destroyer. Not unless you are sinking me, you do that. Oh. Doesn't like me clicking on... Well, that's interesting. These guys are all toast as well, actually. Bad time of it. Who's been beaten? I can't remember who you guys suffered from. What's your log? That doesn't say. Well, 4, 3, 4, 5. It's just the British destroyers. British destroyers have beaten these guys up. It's disappointing. I'm going to make a slight turn with these guys. I'm going to keep them turning, keep them moving. Another minute. Our destroyer can still... Oh no, this is from light cruiser. Well, that's fair enough. If the guy's going down, can't do much about it. 4 torpedoes are from CVL Sarajevo. Torpedo bomb, enemy... Unidentified. Unidentified ships are here, to be perfectly honest. Okay. No hits. Another one. Again. Yeah, Drax Kid Town get beaten up. The Velibit, which is going down anyway. We putting some pain out on the Basilisk, which is okay. EA. Where? Oh, yeah. Unless I'm being blind. We're driving around in a circle. I think... No, I will bring them down to finish off these doors. I was tempted to send them after the Ark Royal, but... I can only do so many things. I'll just... Starting to get our lead destroyer in range of Hannibal. Then probably just send some torpedoes away as soon as we can, just to
Tell them to change course, to be perfectly honest. Right, let's go in. And there it is. Oh, I knew it was coming. This could be the end of nuclear. Oh, it is. Yeah, GG. That hurts. It's 40,000 tons. Down. We cannot trade. We can't afford even to trade. Well, 1 for 2. No, in fact, 1 for 2 wasn't enough. I think we looked at it before and they had 8 to our 2. So this is not a great exchange, but these must. I don't know if you've. If we can get the steer mark out at least. Right. Might be able to change plans then. Going. Not surprised. Get up back. Yeah. You are capable to limp home. Edge over this direction. You make it home, great. In which case, if you're that injured, then firing at your torpedoes at destroyers, maybe not the worst thing in the world. The line does appear to still be moving, which is concerning. Hannibal has turned, which is nice. And we have no hits currently on our CVLs, which is also nice. Do not waste your torpedoes on a destroyer when you are charging down the Ark Royal, my friend. Okay, on the plus side, steer mark looks like she might be getting out of there, so I'm going to pull her off this way, and hopefully this basilisk is torpedoes against the sinking nuclear. Oh, saddens me. I really should stop, always stop naming ships after jacks. They always die. I mean, I'm not saying Admiral, purely chat's fault. Okay. Counting that minute, that's okay. I say that. Torpedo tubes hits pretty bad. Speed she going at? I mean, just 20 knots, okay. Only going 25. And she does have 2 light cruiser escorts. We'll see. We'll see what we can get done. With us losing a battlecruiser, I would like to try and nab her, but I think she's probably going to run away in time. Hannibal has turned. Is good. Tempted to send these guys back over in this direction. Maybe to finish dead as I thought she was. You guys are all okay health-wise. They were protecting the boat, who's now a little bit exposed. Again, I'm just going to send you guys as far north as I can, as soon as I can. Okay, shooting basilisk, that's fine. Our torpedo tubes get hit again. I can't fire anything. That's disappointing. Just cut out of there then. You're exposed on your own. Up, support you. Try and get a little bit north and clear of that guy's dead, so it's just this one we've got to worry about. Less so if we're chasing behind him, to be perfectly honest. Waiting for our air assets. More hits in our sinking ships, and yeah, beating from the Ark Royal, which, to be fair, it does have 8 8-inch guns. She's no slouch. Stop. Base. We would just launch some fish in the water and maybe not even do that. Let's maybe just run away. Convince them to leave us alone. Wing. EQ. This direction. This guy needs to go. That's for Drach, thinking, or sunk, I presume.
Or torpedoed, perhaps. Either way, not very happy about life. We do hit Basilisk. Continue to be beat up by like cruisers firing some guns at you. Fair enough, we do have some other protection on the way. Help you extract yourself. Mark needs to get home. Beating up that destroyer, it's pretty much dead. Actually, can you change your target to the other destroyer? That one. She's only threat to you at the minute. Hannibal has definitely turned away. Get some. I'm expecting to see more pop-ups for some other air action. The bombers going out there. They might be on the return though. We got coming this way. Fighters, fighters, fighters. We got some medium bombers coming out at least. A little bit more damage to the British from our land-based forces. Right, I'm gonna get you guys to slow down. Save your steam a little bit. Getting you to run away as far and as fast as you can. Okay. Okay, ball's going down, not surprised. Our air groups are ready on the Bohem. Let's say, hey, you need to come over in. I think they're gonna south probably. Over say here. Targeting battleships. Yeah. Ready? That's fine. How many is it? 3:30. Okay, it's getting towards the dark. Which may give us an opportunity to make a run at this carrier if we remember where she is. You guys need to do a fairly hard turn here. Head off in this direction. Or what are you? Streeter. Dual torpedoes. Not badly damaged. But that'll be pretty much suicide, so maybe I won't do anything with it there yet. All the badly damaged people attempt extra themselves over this way. Okay, hitting the wrong one though. That Basilisk fine to take some hits. Quad Max is a bit fast. Let's kick up. Let's maybe try and tail this CV into the darkness. Although unfortunately, if darkness is coming, it's going to eliminate the chance that we have of any further attacks against the group. Maybe that's what we'll use destroyers for and do a bit of knife. So we've got ourselves in a bit of a dangerous position again. You're going to have to turn up this way. Back. Ooh, a reload torpedo explodes. I think this guy was going down anyway. Another Kagyo class. New destroyers are not doing so good. But where are those 6 dive bombers? Here we go. Some good work for us. Potentially. Oh, they go for the CL. Of course you do. No hits. Oh. Oh. Why would you do that to me? All our Yarasity ships are up that way, which is good. Here, keep them at the edge of your sight range. Now, you've been pretty badly beat up, so I'm happy you head over in this direction actually. Just clearing out this last destroyer. And providing a little bit of cover. These guys turn. On it for a few minutes now.
After even spotted by enemy aircraft, I'm surprised they've gone up, to be honest. Ooh, this could be an interesting chance. It's not. Dusk is still far away. Interesting. I don't know why they said they were going to return after dusk. Might even be able to get another strike off our CVLs. We got yes, we do. Let's grab. Only one of you, so maybe not two of you. Unlikely, but strike. Fido's taking a hit from light crew. Our broadside. Enemy does have some aircraft up, but they're going after our sinking ships. Was about as good as you can take it. Fido's taking a bit of a battering. Yeah, she really has actually. Okay. Alright, we're going in. Trigger lever is sinking. We knew about. Not okay, but we're definitely coming out worse on our light force. Well, they seem to. Guys keeps on. We may have missed it if he's turned now. Depends which ship is which. Some air combat where their fighters are shooting at our airships. Problem. We've got some other enemy ships coming in, or some friendly fighters. Planes, that's what I was looking for. Let's see that. Leave a look at that, but we'll try anyway. And we're gonna end up chasing this battlecruiser, which is not what you want to do. I'm probably going to take off. Potentially we can send these guys in. Oh. What we're going to do here is just having chased them away, we're going to turn back over. Leave them to it, unfortunately. Right, oh, we hit CL. That's good. I'll take it. Our air bomb hits have been woefully lacking, to be perfectly honest. Not yet. I'll hold the line, we might be able to get them. Speed do we think he's going up? Not sure, but we are steaming along at 34 knots, so let them take that chance. You guys need to keep heading north. Fast as you can go. Medium bombers coming in, no hits. Alright, these guys are starting to suffer for this run. As expected, no. Might just have to pull out. You guys aren't close enough. This is unfortunate. You can catch them against the land. More torpedoes coming in, but no hits. Surprised we don't have a solution on the Hannibal, to be honest. It's just pull off. We're just going to lose these guys for very little gain. I mean, I'm tempted to run these destroyers head on into them, which is generally how you want to approach it. Then your speeds are additive for closing rather than subtractive. Minute we're overtaking him at like, I don't know, 5-10 knots at a time. Because obviously if we're going to get driving at each other, then be closing each other at like 50 knots at a time. Okay, got our formations ready. Actually, I need one more minute because there's another one.
Go to our light carriers, select all that's ready, say hey, you want to come down this direction, target Battlecruisers, launch. Yep. Mark is slowly making their way home. Problem is, you'll get there. Weather limits air operations. That's unfortunate. Which it seems like the weather is on the British side at the moment. Right. I'm gonna, if these guys, yeah, they're making a turn again. Ah. Has not gone to plan. Every time we make these charges, we are of course getting weakened and weakened and throw something downrange, as it were. Do it. Just get some torpedoes in the water over here, see what we can't hit. See what we can hit, really, would be what I should say. Continue to escort this destroyer to his demise, and you continue to head for home, where you need to go home. Yeah, I'm surprised they don't look particularly good. I don't think we're even going to get in front of them here. But we might see if we convince them to turn again, and then we might have them in this nice little trap. Maybe. Big maybe. What else have we got? Right, they're sinking. It's all dead ships down here. Unfortunately, we do have the Fido who's doing okay. Get her over here. A lot of individual units now we've got. Not always the greatest. Right. Should hopefully be our chance now. Sure. Right, you need to come straight in this way. Should hopefully have them. Question is how much damage we take before we can really close. There goes someone else. Right, let's just see what we've got. Any highs? No, they're all pretty low. Don't necessarily think they'll hit. I also don't necessarily think you're going to be around much more. Viking Hag, good to see you. How's it going? Royal Navy Med Showdown, indeed. I did spam airfields, although only recently have I upped them all to max after coming out of the wrong end of that from an Italian war, where I suffered terribly in the Adriatic from all their airfields. Right, I'm going to hold off on that one, I didn't like that angle. We need to see if we can get a couple of their battlecruisers. We hope to call this any kind of a victory. Alright, do it. Not too far. Come down the coast. They do have a lot of like destroyers and stuff in here, so we can still put out a fair amount of fire. Mediterranean is just spamming airfields for days with a short range. Yeah. I'm definitely coming to realise that. It was a lot of fun actually, early tech. But yeah, lately it's just showing the power of land-based air combat. A lot more understandable why people limit the size of the air bases. But still, at least we might. It was kind of early 1940s before it really became a big thing. And I don't think they're going to hit, my friend. That's an interesting line, actually. Go for it. Can't keep them bunched up here. Never sail out to men about 200 a factor per ship. Yeah, might just say we've lost a few. We're not doing too badly, actually. And yeah, having learned the lessons from Italy, we're now employing them against Great Britain. But as it goes without saying, we did win. The cost of the victory was Italian escapades. You guys swivel down so the rearmost destroyer can get an angle. Lion seems to have broken off a little bit here. I have not seen No Name's latest playthrough. What happened with that? I'm not convinced that's it. No. Yeah, we could try to get the CL out of the way. Frogmen sank like 5 battleships or 5 dreadnoughts. That would be immensely upsetting. Hey Nuclear, how you doing? No, we didn't have anything like that actually. Their subs got surprisingly lucky and we lost a few. Mainly wounded though, so I can't complain too much. But it was their air. Yeah, I had them absolutely licked on the sea, but every time, and all the of course all the battles were spawning here, whereas they had essentially 100 airfields everywhere. You couldn't come out of a battle without taking pretty bad beating from the cow. That's okay. We got what we wanted out of it. And now we're seeing if we can't do something similar to Britain. I could be here about to torpedo my own destroyer here. To become immune for his bad luck in night engagements. Ah, I didn't know that about him. To be fair, I've not seen that many of his. I'm okay in night. Tell you, although I have terrible luck, and maybe it's terrible skill, in just avoiding random torpedoes in battles. And partly maybe I should just stay further away from destroyers. Right, I wasn't paying attention there. Right, you guys should just leave, not get hit. Oh, yeah, Nuclear. I've got some sad news. Your namesake is on the way to the bottom. She had taken some damage. We were trying to nurse her home, and yeah. I ran into one of those destroyers I was talking about. One torpedo and away she went. The CV randomly found itself sailing into a group of DDs and enemy CVs in the middle of the night. Oh, that's rough. Having any of that. Let's see if hopefully we can get a few hits out of all this. Some of these look okay. A lot of these are going to be behind. They look alright. They might catch the line. Maybe. Lucky for him, he had 20 plus dual purpose guns and the CV sank 6 ships. Impressive. I must say, I don't tend to arm my CV. We hit a destroyer. Although, I can't get it now. The British Ark Royal CV is still rocking 8 8-inch guns, which is a surprising choice for this stage of. But having said that, scared away my cruisers, so I suppose job done, really. Right, here we go. Come on. Wait, one? I'll take one. Let's not get too greedy. I don't want to risk my cruiser too much here. I don't like the low. Another minute, get into a high solution. Dual purpose main turrets are incredibly powerful for anti-air. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Oh, she turned. Oh, no, she ate another one. No, okay, that's good. That should be about 4, I think we've put into her now. Hopefully, should be enough to send her to the bottom. Fairly modern, so we'll probably have some reasonable torpedo protection on her. Oh, no, still low. Okay. Wait. This is my first run through. It's actually my second run through. I had one just under a year ago as the USA, and then that was before I did the whole streaming thing, and now the run through is Austria-Hungary. Aside from that, I have consumed a large amount of Tortuga streams, where a lot of base knowledge came from. And not streams, I should say. Bravo, it should be your time to shine. I think half the yeah, I know No Name. I've seen some of his stuff. It's just I only came across him a few months ago. I having now out and streaming myself, I don't have as much time to catch what he does. Although oddly enough, anytime I see him live, he's usually doing From a Depth these days rather than Rule the Waves. Ah, he's still low. Then you can get a better solution. Right, you guys are just getting out of dodge, that's fine. Meanwhile, your mark. Sailing bravely home. He's not as entertaining, but he's the closest thing to God mode. Okay. Although I have, when he plays Rule Waves now, he just plays with a couple of classes. Yeah, I get that, because I imagine otherwise all runs become incredibly same. But interesting, I think the challenge with this game, more often than not, is just understanding how the game implements things. It has some seriously opaque mechanics. Information that just doesn't give the player. Right, I hope those are not yours. Needles you wasted. Sarah's going down. Okay. Do you know what? Just I want this line. This British lion needs to be sunk. Right, let's go back to the fight. Those look good. Hannibal, I think we're going to have to call a day with. Hope we've done enough. You know, standard AI stuff won't be. Right, another one. 2 into the lion. He should definitely be on the way down. Meanwhile, let's make sure our air arm far north as they can to get away from that. Sunk destroyers, I guess, yes. Firing in here, that's fine, I suppose. How much do I want to risk Bravo? Not really, to be honest. Head south. You might get an opportunity chance to fling some more at Hannibal. Just kind of covering these destroyers, pulling out. Right, Soki looking in a pretty bad state of affairs there. They are going to be low, but I will just take it. At this guy. Oh, out of arc. Ah, you're one of the older ones that doesn't have a center line mount. Okay. Pull out then. Sure. Out of here. At the very least, it's 1 battlecruiser apiece, which isn't the odds you want or need. I also think we've lost more light ship. But yeah, it's fine. Time will be to us withdraw now. Hello. Wonder what you are. You guys are living a little bit dangerously on their own. Artemisia in No Name save, that was your pet ship. From survived from 1906, 1952, and never got her SAM launcher. Well, if she survives, she might be able to get one yet. Although we have not got ship SAM launchers yet. We'll have to survive a few more years. She died blowing the bow off a British battlecruiser with torpedoes. Well, at least she went out in a good fashion. What you can really hope for with these.
Enemies shooting down escorts. No, friendly shooting down escorts. That many planes at the minute, with the weather being what it is. Comes night. Time for us to make good our escape. Departure, I suppose. It's not really an escape. I get the feeling that Hannibal's going to survive. Just to wave at something. Who are you and what are you doing? A little bit. Pride of my fleet. That's a very good question. It was probably nuclear before she sank. Might be the Steermark, which is just an old. At this point, it's quite an old battlecruiser. Might even be some of my CVs at this stage. Kind of not really been increasing our big ships. Probably because we haven't had the budget for it. Be something we could rectify. Otherwise, it'd probably be one of the new CVs we're doing. Same year in 1955, too late to get to build a meme ship. Well, we're only in 46, I think. Yeah, here you go, 46. Speed going up a little bit. Out the port. No, I am sitting on 100% tech rate, so and I can. I think my first game I did on 80%, but I fancy doing a. Can you request an all-forward heavy cruiser with autoloader? Oh, we can have a look at it. Get the budget? Why not? Maybe in a moment. Ships get home. Right. You guys are pointing up. Yes. Fine, Bravo. The night's work should be done. Accessible. Where are you? You're traveling at 7 knots. How on earth did that rupture a bulkhead? You get a thing for fast cruisers designed solely for offense. Well, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, more often than not, your heavy cruisers are chasing things. Run away from battle cruisers and stuff, but spend more time chasing light cruisers. Okay, snare is over. I knew it. I absolutely knew it. Every time. Okay. So yeah, we lost 6 destroyers, unfortunately. Only one went down. That I'm also upset about. 1 battlecruiser apiece, although ours was definitely better than theirs, and that other one made it out, which we're going to have a look at because I find that pretty upsetting, especially considering how far away they are from their nearest port. Let's have a look. I mean, us losing nuclear was fair. We took an absolute mauling when we went toe-to-toe with their battlecruisers for a while and just got finished off. The Lion class went down. 5 torpedoes in the end. Was it Hannibal? Only 8 2 torpedoes. We had some false reporting there. Okay, can't get as solid about that. Fine, I'll accept that. Some of their destroyers, I find it dubious that they made it out alive, though. Look at that. How is he alive? Jeez. Okay. Let's see where that leaves us. So, unfortunately, that cost us
couple of thousand VPs. And that is where we're going to leave it for this episode. It's not the opening battle we really wanted with the British. A trade of battlecruisers 1-for-1 is not the odds we need to keep up if we're going to win this war. And it was frustrating because I really felt we'd done enough to sink both their battlecruisers, but evidently it was not to be. So it does put us a little bit behind on the VP front, but I'm confident there will be many more opportunities for us to try and even things up as we move forward. As ever, this was taken from a Twitch live stream. If you're interested in coming out and hanging out, there's a link in the description below. Otherwise, I do hope you have enjoyed this episode, and I'll catch you all in the next one.